be showers of blessing. This is a shame sent from the Savior above. Shall be mercy drops from the sun falling, but for the shower. There shall be showers of blessing, precious reviving again, over the hills and the valleys, sound of abundance of rain, showering beneath, mercy drops from the sun falling, but for the showers be clean.
Good morning, dear Reverend Fathers, teachers, students, and other participants. It's an honor, privilege, and a long-term wish to welcome our beloved Kanickai Raj. In the event of introducing our beloved Father, I can't even sit in my chair because such an energetic person he is. When it's come to encourage us, his thousands of students, our beloved Father has been brilliant and happy students like the past days. As your name gives us a lot of energy, we welcome you, Father.
Yes, Father.
So, dear Dr. Alex, Vice Principal, Dr. Kanickai Raj, and my dear learned participants, a pleasant morning to you all. The anthropological understanding of human person is that all of us are relational beings. Each human person longs to have our very important things, articulate the importance of this aspect very much. All sages and seers preached the same and continue to preach the same. The classical Tirukkural tells us about this important aspect. Anbin valiyadu uyirnilai, akvilarku enbudol portha udambu. Which means human persons are love beings who are capable to have good interpersonal relationships. The quality of your life is the quality of your relationships, asserts Tony Robb. Be it personal life or professional life, what one looks for is peace of mind. And that doesn't come from money or power or status or any other sources, but cordial relationships, are investing in relationships to be successful in their life. Nothing gives more them in their life. Interpersonal relationships and skills are the skills we use every day when we communicate and interact with other people, both individually and are the foundation for success in one's life. People with good interpersonal skills are able to work well formally and at work. Developing interpersonal skills is very important for everyone, particularly for faculty learning process and personality development, and of course for improving academic life too. And personal skills, and thereby I wish the webinar all the success. Have a good day. May God bless all our initiatives. I would like to sincerely appreciate Dr. Alex, the resource person of this day and this series of webinars, and Dr. Kanickai Raj for organizing this wonderful webinar series. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar. We are presenting today Higher, Deeper and Beyond Art of Mature Relationship. Our presenter is Dr. K. Alex. He has 27 years experience of college training and 25 years of soft skill training. He has also authorized books on soft skills and managerial skills. He is national level trainer for colleges and corporate houses. He is very enthusiastic and ardent sports lover. He is also a good motivational speaker. Thank you. Over to Professor Alex.
Thank you for the principal, the right person for the right job. Father is known for his honesty and integrity. Father is known for his relationship. Father is the one who took us to A++ cadre. Now once Narayanamurthy, Infosys Narayanamurthy said, a leader is the one who is transparent, accountable and honest. Father is known for all these three qualities. Thank you so much, Father, for being with us in all the initiatives that you do. Now, dear viewers, glad to meet you again. As I said, there are three features of time. Time is an asset. Time is an opportunity. Time is an opportunity, all of us know that. But the third one, little we realize, the supply is limited. We are not going to live in this world for 200 or 300 years. It's going to be a very short span of time. What are we going to do with short span of time? Therefore, let's not waste even a minute's time. Let's get on to our business. If I am going to ask you a question, what's life? What's parenting? What's being a son or daughter? What's being a father-in-law? What's being a mother-in-law? What's being a son-in-law? What's being a daughter-in-law? What's teaching? What change? The answer is only one and the same. In fact, the answer is going to be just one word. That is the topic that we have chosen today. What's life? What's parenting? Maga. You need to be handsome. You don't need to be strong. Relate during that time. That's what we said, relationship. The whole life can be reduced to one term called relationship. What's being a father? It's nothing but relationship. What is teaching? There were many presidents, but Kalam was fondly remembered by every Indian. When Kalam died, everyone felt someone at home died like we were glued to the TV, watching for their almost 24 hours together, the last rites performed. Now, who is the person with whom he is shaking hand with? That's before few minutes of his death, it happened. It's a security officer. It's a security guard, not officer, security guard. He was traveling in an open jeep as a security guard ahead of his convoy. Now he was seen standing for hours together. Because his job is to stand, keeping his gun at the top. As they reached achievements of Kalam, what was Kalam was somebody good. Why? He was able to relate with everyone. Now there is another person here, A.R. Rahman. On this thing, as Tamil, maybe you remember that before that he said something. What was that? He said, all my life I had a choice between hate and love. I chose love and I am here. He said, I know how to love people. Hate and love him. So we were sorry for the inconvenience. Let's continue that we left. I said, the life can be reduced to a term called relationship. How Kalam became a people president is a big question to be answered. This is what happened when he was traveling to Shillong, the last meeting. Minutes before he died, this is what happened. He is seen greeting an ordinary security guard who was seen standing there in the jeep ahead of his vehicle, standing there for hours together. As they entered the venue, he said, I'm sorry, you have to keep standing for hours together. But the security guard replied, sir, for your sake, I can stand for days together. Now, that's what we call relationship. Now, there is another man here, A.R. Rahman. Not one award, just 2 awards. It isn't that easy to win Oscar awards. It is so tough, particularly being an Indian, being an Asian, it is tough these days to get it. But then he managed to get not one, just two awards. Now, on his acceptance speech, he said, all my lifetime I had a choice between hate and love. I chose love and I am here. Look at the acceptance speech. He never spoke anything on music. He said, all my life I had a choice between hate and love. I chose love and I am here. To win an Oscar, you need not to know music. He says, it's enough if we love people. Now, what is loving? That relationship. Now, generally, two business people don't go together well, particularly when they hail from the same country. 2 richest person in the world, Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. Warren Buffett had substantially invested in Melinda Foundation that was started by Bill Gates. So much of contribution is made. What is it? What made them to come together? Now, that is the point we will be discussing. Just keep looking at the picture and the sequence I am giving. Now, there are 2 persons sitting there and discussing something seriously. The man with the beard is called E.V. Ramasamy, a popular person from Tamil Nadu. Now, the other person is Rajaji. With spectacle, it is Rajaji. Rajaji was a national leader. Now, what is the difference? The man with the beard is a strong non-believer of God. Rajaji is a strong believer of God. But they were very close friends till the end. Till the end. In fact, if you remember the opening slides, higher, deeper, and stronger, it was a slide of Mother Teresa and Jyoti Basu. Jyoti Basu is a communist. Mother Teresa, a Catholic. But they were very close friends. Now, how is it possible? People standing in 2 different poles coming together. Now, that's the point we are referring to. That's the point we will have to understand now. Look here. We had in the past, Parliament was under terrorist attack. Vajpayee was the Prime Minister. Mrs. Sonia Gandhi was the opposition leader. On that day, Sonia Gandhi was not in Parliament. On hearing the news that the terrorists seized Parliament, the first phone call that was received by Atal Bihari Vajpayee was from Sonia Gandhi, inquiring, are you safe? Now, that's what we call relationship. People belonging to different political parties had the funeral of our former Chief Minister Jayalalitha. Now, these are the leaders from Kerala. These are the leaders from Kerala. The former Congress President, Umman Chandi. Behind him, the present Kerala Chief Minister belonging to the Communist Party, Pinarayi Vijayan. And then, the person who is not visible there, the Governor Sadashivam. All 3 came in the same car, which generally doesn't happen. It's a point we are trying to drive home today. Look at L.K. Advani is said to be a strong believer of Hinduism, but here he is seen visiting the Pope. What made them to come together? Now there are 2 prominent individuals in India and in Tamil Nadu. One is a superstar, the other one is a super actor. But how is it that they remain good friends? Kamal Hassan knows that he is the best of actor, but he is not the superstar. And the superstar knows that he is not the best of actor. Generally, they are said to be a jealous between the two. When you are popular, but then you are not a good actor, or you are a good actor, you cannot become popular. Now, what made these people to come together? Leave alone the political ideology that they are having. We are not discussing any political issues. We are discussing something on relationship. One is a good actor, but could not become a superstar. The other one is a superstar, but could not be the best of actor, but still they are united. What makes them to come together? Look at this picture, very interesting. All of us have seen this. Look at the person who is carrying Sachin Tendulkar on his retirement from Test cricket. It is Dhoni. It is Dhoni. The captain of India is seen carrying another person. And Tendulkar comfortably played under Dhoni for a very long time. They never had a misunderstanding. What made these two come together? Now, that's what we call it the Vada principle. Now, what is it exactly? It is not the Vada that you've seen in the screen. It is something more. It is something more. What do you mean by that? The one principle that they had in common was we agree to disagree. Now, this is what brought Jyoti Bas and Mother Teresa together. This is what brought Kamal Haasan and Rajinikanth together. This is what Warren Buffett and Bill Gates were together. These are the reasons. Now, when are we going to agree to disagree on things? Look at this short video. You will understand what exactly I mean by the Vada principle.
Call the prisoner to the bar.
In the history of mankind, it has happened only once. When the accused entered the court, the judge stood up. However big you are, however influential you are, however rich you are, if you are an accused, you will have to stand and the judge will be seated. It happened only once in the life of Mahatma Gandhi. Now, who was the man standing there? The judge is a white, standing for an Indian. Now, that's what we call it Vada principle. If you really believe in relationship, then we must learn to disagree. We must agree to disagree. Now, what do we mean by that? What we mean by that? When we say relationship, it has to be master-disciple relationship. What do we mean by it? There appeared a disciple. Asked the master, "Master, please accept me as your disciple." The master said, "Tell me who you are." Disciple, "I am Ram." "That's your name?" "Drop it, tell me who you are." "I am a businessman." "That's your occupation." "Drop it, tell me who you are." "I am a man." "That's your gender." "Drop it, tell me who you are." "I am a Hindu." "That's your religion." "Drop it and tell me who you are." "I'm a Rajput." "That's your caste." "Drop it and tell me who you are." Now the disciple said, "I no more know who I am." The master said, "That's good, come and join." What do you mean by that? When it comes to relationship, there has to be a complete surrender. Now you may ask me, who has to surrender? Both will have to surrender. What have you to surrender? You will have to surrender your ego. When you surrender your ego, when ego goes out, everything comes in. When ego comes in, everything goes out. That is the art of building relationship. It has to be a master-disciple relationship. At times, One becomes the master, the other one becomes the disciple. And at other time, the disciple becomes a master and the master becomes the disciple. Are you prepared to be a master and disciple? Look at this one. We have seen P.T. Usha, the best of runner, the golden girl of India those days, was seen with Poem Nambia, her coach. Both listen to each other. You find here Sachin Tendulkar falling at the feet of Ramakant Achreka, his coach, falling at the feet. They understood each other well. You find the best batsman in the world today, Virat Kohli, with his coach Sharma. You find the present champion P.V. Sindhu and Gopi Chand. P.V. Sindhu, on winning the gold medal, silver medal, she said, I was not allowed to use mobile phone almost for a year. And thanks to Gopi Chand, I coach. Now that's what we call relationship. In relationship, it's a question of just completely surrendering. When it comes to relationship, it is not a question of who made a mistake or whose mistake it is. It is a question of whose life it is. Now, people of yesterday and people of today. How were the people yesterday and how are the people today? The people yesterday were seen like this. It's a photo taken from a flood situation where people are rescuing the others. Well, how are the people today? It is like this. How are the media yesterday? Look at the picture carefully, very carefully. Look at the picture very carefully. You find the second person trying to kill the first person. But how is it presented today? The media today. It is exactly the other way around. The first person is trying to kill the second person. Look at the picture again. The second person actually is trying to kill the first person. That is the real situation. That's why we say in India we have different kinds of news. That's radio news, TV news, WhatsApp news, Facebook news, and real news. Now this is how it is projected today. Now, how is the mother? How was the mother yesterday? A typical Indian mother. Never wants the child to get wet. She bears all the brunt of the nature. But how are the mothers today? I'm sorry, I don't intend to insult anyone. This was the picture taken. This was the picture available in the Hindu newspaper some years back. Misplaced priorities. In relationship, you cannot afford to have misplaced priorities. What was the workplace yesterday? Almost every Indian would have experienced this, one helping the other. But what is the workplace today? One is a PhD holder, the other one is a double PhD holder, but then you see people arguing in the workplace or at home, claiming, no, this is number 6, no, this is number 9. Now, that's what we are trying to discuss today. What is that thing called relationship? What was the phone call yesterday like? The landline united the family. One phone call brought all the families together. How is it done today? One phone call divides the family today. Now, this is how people are today. How were the leaders yesterday? Having addressed the scientists of the nation, one scientist got up and asked Mahatma Gandhi, Bapuji, you have addresses for an hour time. What is the message that you want to give us? He beautifully said, my life is my message, take it. How many of us can tell openly today, my life is my message, take it. Now we celebrated yesterday Yoga Day, World Yoga Day. Here is our former Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru doing yoga. He is known for doing yoga. He can stand upside down. He can do comfortably the so-called Sirasana. Without anybody's help, he can do. We have seen, look at the confidence with which the Chief Minister of a state walks along with the Prime Minister of a country. Look at the confidence with which, when you are honest, when you are transparent, when you are accountable, you can afford to walk like this. That's the leaders yesterday. Now I know you are very anxious to know how the leaders are today. I leave it to you. We know who we are, who they are. We know what's happening today. Now, therefore, you can decide for your own what sort of leaders we have today. Now, we don't intend to blame anyone. We are only discussing an issue related to a concept called relationship. Why has the world turned out to be like this? That is the question. Why there is a failure in the part of relationship? What really happens? Now, this is what has happened. We have started loving things and using people. Actually, we are supposed to do the other way around. Let's say a guest comes home. What do? We take them to the showcase and we tell them, this is the TV that I bought for 1.5 lakh rupees. This is the audio system that I bought for 75,000 rupees. This is a piece of clock I bought from Malaysia. This is a piece of watch I bought from Singapore. Now, this is what we introduce things to people. But those days, how were the guests introduced? They were introduced our grandfather, grandmother, father, mother, children, etc., etc., etc. We have started loving things and using people. That is the difficulty that we are facing. Now, what is exactly the importance of relationship? Why is that we should discuss today? Now, if somebody is happy today, it's not because he is blessed with everything that he wants in this world. It's not exactly. If somebody is happy today, it's not because he has got everything in his life. It is just because the relationship that he values more or the most is going smooth. Similarly, if somebody is not happy today, that doesn't mean that he lost everything. The bank balance remains the same. The properties remain the same. The deposits remain the same. The jewels remain the same. But still a person can be very sad in his life. He can feel as if he lost everything. That is because the relationship that you value the most is not going smooth. Now, that is the importance of relationship. Look at this short video. Listen to him carefully. The father of the son is asked, in the success of your son, what is your role? A question was asked to the famous Magnus Carlsen, chess player, world #1 chess player's father. His father, what was his answer? That is the question to be understood. Listen to the video carefully.
Magnus says he wouldn't be able to tolerate this life if it weren't for his father, who's always there for him. When you travel with Magnus, what's your role?
I'm a servant.
The question was, when you travel with your son, what's your role? The simple answer was, I am a. Now, Magnus Carlsen manages to be the world champion not because on his own intelligence. It is that relationship that he values the most is going smooth. That's what we are. Because relationship is one thing that should be beautiful, should be experienced by everyone, but then it is not so happening either at home or at the family or at workplace. Things don't go well. Why? The world today is like this. There are more degrees, but less common sense, more computer, less communication. Everyone at home has got a laptop, but then no one talks to each other. What is the use of your computer? Taller buildings, 24 rise taller buildings, shorter temper. What is the use of it? You are on the 24th floor, but then if you are a short-tempered person, nothing is going to work. Wider freeways, Pune to Mumbai, probably the best of roads in India, 6 lanes road, wider freeways, but narrower viewpoint. What is the use? Fancy houses, absolutely Italian marble, French Gothic designs, carpet from Jaipur. But what is the use? The husband and wife don't talk to each other. Tall persons, very short character. We buy more. Even during this pandemic time, we keep buying. Almost every day, the calling bell is there. The Amazon man is there waiting. Now, do we really enjoy all that we buy? Is a question. If you have any doubt, look at your showcase, look at your cupboard, look at your shelf. Those are the things that you have used it at least 2 years before or 3 years before. You used to only once and you have put it there. That is the question. We write more, particularly in the field of Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. Everyone has become the author. No one reads well or learns anything today. Now, fast food. Turn every side, you find a shop there, fast food. But what is the result? It's a slow digestion. Now, man has conquered the outer space, but lost the inner space. We have managed to send hundreds of satellites to the space. Man has managed to land on the moon and come back, but the same person cannot step into the neighbor's house. Then what is the use of your science? The science has developed 100 times or 300 times more. But what happened to the level of happiness? Level of happiness is the other way around. The degree of happiness keeps coming down, but the degree of infrastructure, facilities, or all other materialistic things keep increasing. Why? Because we have started loving things and making use of people. Now, in relationship, what is that people look for? Now, these are the 7 things that people look for. Now, don't go on looking for these things in others. If you really want to build a relationship, you will have to have all these 7. When you have all these 7, people will start coming to you. I remember recently a married couple came to me for a little help. They had some misunderstanding over things. I told them, don't look for the best of wife. Don't look for the best of husband. Life is a question of married life is a question of being the best of wife or being the best of husband. It is not looking for the best of husband or best of wife. It is being the best of wife or being the best of husband. Now, these are the things that has to be kept in mind, that have to be kept in mind when you want to build a relationship. Please understand, by relationship, I don't mean the number of contacts that you have. By relationship, I mean how many of you can be with you when you are in difficulty. A real friend is the one who knows all about me and still loves me. How many are there loving you really? How many are there ready to give their shoulder when you are in distance? In relationship, please understand, numbers don't matter. But the higher your relationship, the stronger your relationship, the deeper your relationship matters, because quantity fills, quality fulfills. We are looking for a fulfilled relationship. It is not filled relationship, it is a fulfilled relationship. I make it again. Quantity fills, quality fulfills. We are discussing about quality relationship, because relationship depends on what is said and how is said. What is said and how is said. What is said reaches the mind. How is said reaches the heart. Please understand, human beings are not made of logic. Human beings are made of emotions. If their computers are made of logic, you can reach the technical part of it. But when it comes to a man, when it comes to human being, you will have to reach the heart or soul. Now it is easy to reach the mind of a person, but very tough to reach the heart or soul of a person. Relationship depends on reaching the soul. Kalam was able to do, Jyotibas was able to do, Mother Teresa was able to do, Dhoni was able to do, Tendulkar was able to do. Now that's what we are discussing, relationship. Now your relationship depends on not how you look, how you speak, what you do, or anything else, but it simply depends on how you make others feel. Please understand, with our certificates, we can enter any office. With the grade that we have, we can get into any job we want. But our success in the job depends on our ability to relate with people there, because people act towards you the way you act towards them. You smile at them, they will smile at you. You stare at them, they stare at you. It's simple. It's just a mirror reflection. They act the way you act towards them, because individuals are selected based on their technical skills, but their success depends on their human relation skills. Now, why do we say that? 20 people enter State Bank of India as probationary officers. Only one goes on to become the chairperson at the end. The chairman of SBI at the end. With the same qualification they enter. But what was the difference? As I said before, you don't need to be handsome. You don't need to be brave. You don't need to be strong. You don't need to be intelligent. It is enough if you can relate with people. Now, what are the steps? How do we really build our relationship? It is accepting others as they are. I remember in the first session I said, to be happy in life, you have to accept yourself as you are. Now in relationship, if you really want to build a relationship, you will have to accept others as they are. You can't afford to say that it would have been nice if they were little fairer, if they were little stronger, if they were little richer. You can't afford to say that. Accept others as they are. That is the first step in building the relationship. Now, the second one is we have to correct our belief system. Knowingly or unknowingly, we like some people and we don't like some people. For no reasons we like people, and for no reasons we hate people. Please understand, in relationship, you may not like people, but then we simply have no right to hate anyone in this world. We will have to correct our belief system. If you think that the blacks are bad, however good the blacks are, for you they will look bad. Or vice versa, if you think that the whites are bad, and however the whites are good, they are not going to look good for you, because it has gone in your mind that the whites are bad. Similarly, it has something to do with religion or religion. Now, unless we correct our belief system, unless we surrender ourselves, unless there is a master desirable understanding, then we cannot have the relationship. Now, the third is, it is better to adjust than to argue. It's better to adjust than to argue. Now, there was a husband and wife. The husband once got very angry with the wife and shouted at the wife, "Instead of getting married to you, I should have got married to a donkey." The wife quietly replied like this, No, that isn't good. You shouldn't get married to close relatives. Now, that's what exactly we mean by adjusting rather than arguing. If you want the best philosophy in life is, it is better to adjust than to argue. The person was traveling in the bus. He was standing there seen. He was seen standing there, and there was a person sitting with a heavy suitcase there. Now the person sitting there didn't realize that he has placed his suitcase on the leg of a person standing there. The person who is standing there is already in tremendous pain of standing for hours together. But then there is a person here placing the heavy suitcase on his leg. On seeing that, another person sitting on the other side told him, please, why is that you are not reacting to that? He was asking the person who was standing. For that, the person standing told politely, my journey with him is going to be very short. Why should I argue with him? Let him place his suitcase. After all, I can bear for another 10 to 15 minutes time. By the time I shall be getting down. Now that is a question of adjusting rather than arguing. Now, if you really want to build in relationship, it is believe in giving and not taking. There were two kids, a boy and a girl, a small boy and a girl. The boy is fed up of eating only sweets. The girl had plenty of fruits, but she is fed up of eating fruits. One day they decided to exchange. The boy gave all the sweets he had to the girl. The girl had given all the fruits that she had to the boy. Now both went to bed on the same day. The girl slept well. The boy couldn't sleep well. Why? The reason is this. The girl slept well because she gave the best of fruit that she had to the boy. The boy could not sleep well because the boy did not give the best of sweet that he had. He had given only the ordinary sweets, and the boy started thinking this way. The girl also may have given only ordinary fruits as I had given her ordinary sweets. Life is a question of giving, not taking. Because please understand, the givers sleep well, the takers eat well. In relationship, you have to be a giver. Now, in relationship, you will have to always ensure that you provide happiness and you do not extract happiness, because that relationship will work for a while. You intend to extract from others. Similarly, others also will intend to extract from you. For time being, that relationship will go on, but then after a particular period of time, both will realize the hidden agenda of each other and the relationship will break. Please understand, in life, it is a question of giving and not taking. Let's ask ourselves, there is no fun in saying that there are no friends. I do not have friends. If you start giving, please understand, you will have scores of friends with you. Now, the question is, am I mature? If you look into the topic, it's higher, deeper and stronger. It is not just plain relationship, it is a matured relationship. Look at this video.
Over tennis today. On behalf of the global Giamondo family, I offer both of you my sincere thanks for demonstrating.
This was in 2012 Australian Open final. The final lasted for 5 hours 53 minutes. The players couldn't keep standing for the prize distribution ceremony, but they had to stand because that is the protocol. In fact, initially they refused to accept the chair. They said they will keep standing. Just keep watching.
Exactly why the Australian Open is growing in popularity each year. Throughout this year's tournament, both of you have shown such a great determination, sportsmanship, and the passion for the game. And it is for these reasons We are such a proud supporter of what is Kia Motors' longest running major sponsorship. And I would like to thank everyone at the Tennis Australia for their terrific organization of this event. But what truly makes the Australian Open so special is what I consider to be the very...
They found it very hard to stand, but then the prize distribution ceremony was going on. Now see what happens. At 1 minute, the organizers realized that they had to be given chairs. They were given chairs. The man in blue was the runner, Rafael Nadal. The man in black jersey is Novak Djokovic, the winner on that day. See how they reacted. More than for winning the Grand Slam, Novak Djokovic was acclaimed for the action that he did. Just see it for yourself.
The best fans in the world.
This Australian Open has been like an unfolding drama. Compulsive, fanatical viewing, some new and some familiar characters, an ending that simply couldn't be determined until the very end, leaving us all wishing for more. It has been absolutely incredible.
Watch carefully now.
I'd like to thank our Tennis Australia team. Thank you. I'd like to thank our Tennis Australia team.
When the chair was offered to the winner, Djokovic, he said, first give him. When the water bottle was offered to the winner, Djokovic, he started giving first. Now that's what we call it, not just relationship, it is matured relationship. When can I have matured relationship? Maturity is changing yourself and not changing others. In relationship, don't believe in changing others. You will have to change yourself. Maturity is when you understand everyone is right on their own. Maturity is when you drop expectations from any relationship. Maturity is whatever you do for your own peace and not for the sake of others. Maturity is when you stop proving to the world that how intelligent you are. It is not the question of intelligence that matters. It is a question of logical emotions that matters in relationship. By maturity, I mean you don't seek for appreciation from others. By maturity, I mean you stop comparing yourself with others. Maturity is when you are at peace with yourself. If you are comfortable with yourself, you can always feel comfortable with others. Now we have reached 12 o'clock. It's a question time. For another 10 minutes time, we will have the question and answer sessions. You can post your questions in a chat box. Let me answer your questions. I have got some questions for you. How to destroy negative thoughts. Now, it's simple. 3,500 years ago, Rig Veda says, let noble thoughts come to me from all directions. It is a question of aligning what you see every day, what you hear every day. You will have to make it a point that you keep listening. You keep seeing only good things. This world is filled with both positive and negative. Learn to look at the positive aspects of the world, and as a result, your thoughts also will become positive, and there cannot be anything negative, because you will have to learn to look at the brighter side of everything. This world is blessed with both positive and negative equally. It is filled with good and bad equally, but you will have to learn to see the brighter side of it. Explain the Vada principle in detail. Now, Vada principle is we agree to disagree. As I said, in a matured relationship, We must first believe that it is not I am always right. It is others can also be right. Others can also be right. You know, there was a husband who had some little difficulty with his wife. His wife had a hearing problem, but he did not know how to tell his wife that she had a hearing problem because the wife may feel offended. So he went to a psychiatrist and discussed how to tell my wife that she is having hearing problem. So the psychiatrist told him how to handle this issue, and the psychiatrist told him like this: when your wife is in the kitchen, stand 30 feet behind her and ask her if the meal is ready. If she doesn't answer, walk 10 feet away in a 20 feet distance. Ask her if the meal is ready. If no answer, walk 10 feet away, 10 feet distance. Ask her if the meal is ready. If no answer, just keep standing behind her, close to her, and then tell, darling, I have been asking if the meal is ready for 3 times. You haven't answered. It seems you seems to have some difficulty, hearing difficulty. Come, let's go to the doctor. Now he paid the fees to the psychiatrist, comes home. To his luck, the wife was seen in the kitchen. He measured 30 yards. And he started asking, darling, is the food ready? No answer. 20 feet distance, darling, is the food ready? No answer. 10 feet distance, darling, is the food ready? No answer. And she stood close by her and asked, darling, is the food ready for the 4th time? The wife quietly said, this is the 4th time I am saying the food is ready. Now, where is the problem? Actually, it was the husband who had a hearing difficulty. Now, that's what we call Vada principle. We agree to disagree. If at all there is a problem in relationship, it always begins from us, not from anybody else. When others don't accept us, what can be done? Don't worry if others don't accept you. Prophet Muhammad was not accepted by his own people. Jesus Christ was not accepted by his own people. Buddha was not accepted by his own people. Swami Vivekananda was not accepted by his own people. But then they continue to be Prophet Muhammad, they continue to be Jesus Christ, they continue to be Buddha and Vivekananda. You continue to be good. Gradually they will change. There is no question of you changing. How to deal with people who take advantage of you. Now, Mother Teresa was once asked, Mother Teresa has a habit of saying, give, give, give. Once she was asked by a group of persons, you keep saying, give, give, give. How long we can give? Mother Teresa beautifully answered, give, give, until it hurts you, give. I make it again. Question was, how long we can give? The answer is, give, 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 until it hurts you, keep giving. That's what. Don't worry about, it's a question of people taking advantage. Continue to serve these people. Had Gandhi wanted, he would have had a part of India on his name. He never did it. This world will remember you not for what you had, but what you gave. Please understand. This world will not remember you for not what you had, but what you gave. Keep asking, how much did I give to this world? Now there is a question, interesting question asked. What does a dad really want from a son? I don't know if this is the question from my daughter or somebody else. What does a dad really want from a son? Now, the son and dad relationship is like this. For the first 5 years, you become the servant. The father becomes the servant. From 5 to 10, the son becomes the servant. After 10, they become friends. That's what life is. In the first 5 years of childhood, the father is the servant. From 5 to 10 years of age of the son becomes a servant. Afterwards, they are friends. That is the level of maturity we will have to develop. Now there is another question here. What if I am not accepted as myself in a relationship? Now that's a serious question you will have to understand. What if I am not accepted as myself in a relationship? If you do not accept yourself as yourself, then it is just not possible for you to have any relationship with anyone in this world. With anyone in this world. It is just not possible. If you do not accept others, then there is no question of you accepting the other. Is ego in a relationship is good or bad? It's a quite interesting question. Is ego in a relationship is good or bad? Please understand, ego in itself is something negative. Therefore, it cannot be good. What is ego? Edging God out. That is, edging means keeping God out. Edging God out is ego. I said in the session, when ego comes in, everything goes out. When ego goes out, everything comes in. If you want more friends, break your ego. Man has managed to break the atom. Man has managed to break the atom, but he has not managed to break the prejudice. Prejudice will always lead ego. Now, can you mend a broken relationship? It is. It will take a very long time, particularly if you had a long understanding and if you had to go for mending that relationship. It is possible, but then it will take a long time because it takes a long time for us to shed our ego, to leave our ego, to come out of our ego. Once we learn the art of shedding our ego, any relationship can be repaired. There is one more interesting question. What if someone is going in wrong direction? Isn't it our duty to warn them? It is our duty. It is our duty. That's why when a student asks me in a class, once he asked me on a teacher's day, "Sir, what's life for you? You have been here for more than 25 years' time. What is life for you?" I said, life is a process of adding value to others. I have reached a stage where my profession has given me a life. My college, St. Joseph's College, Trichy, has given me a life. Now it is time for me to give it to others. Now that's what. When somebody goes wrong, it is our duty to tell. But the question is, how are you going to tell? What you say reaches the mind. How you say reaches the soul. Please remember, when you correct someone, please ensure that you reach the soul and not the mind. There is no point in intellectually talking to him. There is a point of you emotionally talking, because in relationship, it is understanding that matters. The rich businessman presented a 60 lakh Audi car to his wife and handed over the key, told the wife, "Come on, have a ride." The wife also happily took the car, and unfortunately, she hit against an electrical post. On hitting the post, the wife became very nervous and immediately called the husband, saying, "I'm so sorry that it has happened like this." The husband immediately replied, "I still love you. I still love you." Please understand, the things that have are only toys. The toy may be worth of 60 lakhs or 6 lakhs or 6 rupees, but they are toys. But not those persons. Those persons are God's creatures. If you are not going to respect the creatures, then there is no question of you respecting the Creator. If we do not have regards for the creations, then it means that we have no regards for the Creator. That is the point that you will have to understand. Now, I have a puzzle for you today. I have an equation. H is equal to G minus T. Based on the topic that I have given today, this is the equation. Now, I shall give you my mail ID. Whoever answers this, the first 5, please send your answers along with your photograph. I shall show you in the next session live. This is the equation I am giving you. This is based on the session that I have given today. H is equal to G minus T. The first 5 entry I will entertain. The first 5 correct entry I shall entertain. You will have to send the answers along with your photograph. Now, I would like to sincerely thank the host, Dr. B. Kanickai Raj. He has been working more than me, and the seminar is possible just because of him. Thank you so much. Now, dear viewers, let's meet again. This is my mail ID. Thank you. Nice meeting. Let's meet on Friday. Thank you so much. Sir? Kanickai sir? Question, நல்ல question கொடுத்தா இன்னைக்கு. நல்ல question. Very good.
Gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta